Hey guys, Crafty Projects here, I'm Elena, and today I am going to be showing you how to make air dry clay octopus mood figures. If you've ever seen them, they're the plushies usually that are reversible, and they have a sad face or the mad face or the happy face. These are going to be the version of clay, obviously. I'm just going to show you how to make them. So in the previous clip, I showed a video of what the plushies normally look like. This is what the clay guys look like. And plus this is before the gloss is on them, so they're still kind of like paint and clay. No gloss, no shininess to it, and no extra details or fixing up yet. But this is what they look like beforehand. So basically what you're gonna need is like a paintbrush, air dry clay, these because they get messy, and paper towel, some kind of knife or a sharp pointed edge to do cross hatching, water, and paint itself. Okay, so first thing you're gonna do is grab a hunk of clay from your little bowl here, and it should be enough so that you can make these tiny little feet on here, and the body. Now the body, if you go like this with your fingers and put them together, the ball should not be any bigger than that. So just start and make a ball that size, and then we'll get to the next step. So once you pick out your perfect size for your piece of clay, you're just going to want to roll it into a ball as best as possible. Don't worry about texture right now. Just worry about the shape of the ball being in the shape of a ball. Doesn't have to be a perfect ball, like I said. As long as it's in the shape of a ball to start. Doesn't have to be totally smoothed out, but as long as it's in the shape of a ball, for the most part, it's good. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take another little hunk of, with the little hunk of clay that you took out, you're going to rip little pieces of clay apart, and you're going to kind of make them into like little tiny balls like that. And these don't have to be perfect either, because we'll be smoothing them out also. But you have to make 8 of these, and they're like tiny, enough to fit in between your fingers like this. So after you've created the small little feet for the octopus, they should look something like this. 8 little pieces. Now next what you're gonna do is you're gonna make wherever you figured out is gonna be the bottom base of the octopus. You're gonna put a cross hatch line all the way around the entire octopus, a straight line all the way around, not in the middle, kind of near the bottom, but not entirely, because the middle part of the bottom here is going to be the face of these guys. So you need to have it kind of go around the edge of the bottom, and I'll show you how to do a crosshatch. It's literally all you're taking is you're putting lines in these. Just give me one second. It's hard to do this and record at the same time, but you're just doing kind of, give me one second. You're just kind of doing some kind of look like that, like a crosshatch. You're going down and then across, and then you're doing that all the way around. Follow my thumb all the way around it, and I'll show you what it looks like so you get a reference. Okay, so after you round out the ball enough and start doing the cross hatches, it should look something like this. It doesn't need to be perfect because This is air dry clay, so it functions a little bit easier than regular clay sometimes. So once it starts getting wet, it's easier to function with. But basically that's what it looks like. And then on each side of these, you're gonna do like a tiny cross hatch on each of them. Might be able to do it with my nail. You like put the lines in it, right? Tiny lines. And then it's not perfect, but you put lines through it with something sharper edge like this knife, and you'll have cross hatches on this side too. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna stick your finger in the water, put some on the side that you cross hatched, stick it on the part that is cross hatched, and just smooth it out with your finger. So let me show you. So basically I put water on it, right? It doesn't really look like it. I stuck it to this piece where it's cross hatched, and then with my finger I just smooth out so it attaches to the clay. And then you do it for each one until they all connect to the other side, going around. So here's another one, for example. And then I'm gonna dip my finger in the water and attach it right here and smooth it out. And then you're gonna go to the next one right here next to the other crosshatch, and then the next one, and the next one, if that makes sense. And then you're just gonna keep smoothing. So this is what it looks like so far, and then you just keep, like I said, you keep following your crosshatch line where you're adding them. So far I have 3, and wherever your crosshatch line is where you're gonna add each leg. So I still have a bit more to go, obviously. But that's how you do it. You keep adding them, and then if you made them a decent size each of them without going too big, they should all fit perfectly. So basically, after you add all of the legs and you follow your crosshatch line and add them, they should all look like this. Some of them don't perfectly touch and have a gap like that or something, but that's usually what it comes out to look about like. So what you're gonna do next is kind of just mess with it a little bit, to see if you can straighten it out a little bit, if it isn't perfectly round. And then what you'll do after that is dip your finger in the water, and just start smoothing out areas that seem like they need to be smoothed out. And then after you do that, you don't have to be perfect with it, because after you start covering the paint on it, it should turn out with no little extra creases or little wrinkles. But once you're done smoothing out everything where you think it should be, you have to let it air dry for at least 24 hours, or until solid and you can't squish it anymore. And then that's when we would start painting it. So give it at least 24 hours or until hard enough so that you can use it without it getting messed up. And then come back to this part. Okay, so basically after you let them dry, you're gonna paint them to the colors that you want, and then let them dry. and then add the opposite color to the bottom side, and after those dry you can add the faces to them. Just remember opposites, and this is what they'll look like, and then it's optional if you want to add gloss to them.
Making lots of